there is a version of you that has never once been lost. Not the version that forgets or doubts or spends whole days feeling like a stranger in its own life. Somewhere underneath all of that, quieter than the noise, steadier than the doubt, there has always been a part of you that knows exactly how to come home. You may not have felt it for a while. Some seasons make it hard to hear. The nights get loud with everything that needs figuring out, and the small, steady voice that knows the way back gets crowded out by all the louder ones, the ones that worry, that compare, that carry the day's weight long after the day is done. But it hasn't gone anywhere. It's been waiting, the way a porch light waits, not impatient, not going anywhere, simply lit for whenever you happen to look up and notice it. Tonight is for noticing it. You don't have to have done anything remarkable to deserve this moment. You don't have to have solved anything, finished anything, or become anyone different than you were this morning. All that's asked of you tonight is that you let yourself be found. Right here, exactly as you are, in whatever state this day has left you in. Let the body settle into the bed. Let the breath find its own rhythm without being told what that rhythm should be. There's nowhere else to be tonight, only here. Only this quiet arriving. Think for a moment, not in detail, just in feeling, about how far you have actually come to arrive to this exact night. There have been nights when nothing felt like enough, and you carried that quietly, wondering if you were somehow failing at something everyone else seemed to understand. There have been nights when rest felt like something to be earned rather than simply allowed. Nights when worry took the wheel and drove in circles for hours, going nowhere, taking you with it. Nights spent quietly at war with your own body, wishing it were different than it is. Nights of feeling entirely alone moments when everything familiar changed shape all at once, and you had no idea which way was forward. Nights when you are harder on yourself than you would ever be on someone you loved. You walked through all of that, not perfectly, nobody does, but you walked through it, one uncertain night at a time, and here you are, still breathing, still soft enough to be reached, still here to hear these words. That is not nothing. That is, in fact, everything. None of those nights were wasted, even the ones that felt like they were. Each one taught your body something it still remembers. How to breathe through fear, how to rest without permission, how to be gentler than the voice that doubts. You didn't always notice the learning while it was happening. Learning rarely announces itself, but it is here now, quietly folded into who you have become, available every time you need it. Every road I have ever walked has led me here, to this breath, to this rest, to myself. Let that be true for a moment, even if only a small part of you believes it. Every road I have ever walked has led me here, to this breath, to this rest, to myself. Here is the quiet truth underneath all of it. You are never actually going anywhere. All that searching for enough, for rest, for safety, for a place to set the worry down, for a kinder way of speaking to yourself. It was never a road leading away from you. It was a road leading back. Every hard night was, in its own way, a knock on a door that was already yours. You just had to walk far enough to hear it. The you that existed before any of the difficulty is still here, underneath the tiredness, underneath the doubt, underneath whatever this particular season has asked of you. There is a self that was never actually lost, only quiet, only waiting to be noticed again, the way a familiar room waits, exactly as it was, for however long you've been away. You do not have to become someone new to come home. You only have to stop here, now, and notice that you already are who you've been looking for. Think of how a house looks after someone has been away a long while. A little dusty, maybe. A few things out of place, but structurally exactly as it was. The bones of it unchanged. That is what you are tonight. A little tired, perhaps. A little worn from the road. But entirely, structurally, still you. Still whole underneath whatever this season has asked you to carry. I have not been lost. I have only been finding my way back to myself. Let the shoulders soften around that. Let the jaw unclench just slightly around the relief of it. I have not been lost. I have only been finding my way back to myself. Home was never a place you had to travel toward. It's not a finish line, not a version of your life you'll finally arrive at once everything is sorted out and settled. It's closer than that. It's here, in this exact breath, in the weight of the body against the bed, in the simple fact of being alive inside this one ordinary moment. Every time you return your attention to this breath, this body, this now, that is the way back. It was never complicated. It was only ever this close. You've done it before, more times than you know. Every time you exhaled after holding your breath through something hard, every time you let yourself rest without needing to justify it, every time you spoke to yourself the way you would speak to someone you loved. Every time you let someone else see you and you stayed anyway. Every one of those moments was a small homecoming, whether you called it that or not. You already know the way. You have always known the way. It was never a secret kept from you, only a truth that got quiet sometimes, waiting for a still enough night to be heard again. Tonight is that night. There's no test at the end of this. No one checking whether you did it right. Homecoming, in this sense, doesn't require proof or a finished story or a version of your life with all the loose ends tied off. It only requires this: a breath noticed, a body allowed to rest, a self welcomed back without conditions. I know the way home. I have always known it. It is simply this: breath, body, rest, myself. Let that settle all the way down, like a key finally turning in a familiar lock. I know the way home. I have always known it. It's simply this: breath, body, rest, myself. Carry these words with you into sleep tonight. Let them be the last thought before the rest of the thoughts go quiet. I have always known the way back. I am finding my way home. I am already here. I have always known the way back. I am finding my way home. I am already here. I have always known the way back. sleep hasn't found you just yet, I've left another video from the Words to Hold You channel to help you drift off to sleep.